Hey guys, it's me, Jojo. I hope you guys are enjoying your day today. And on my very first Storytime video for you guys today, I'm going to tell you guys a story about how I almost got assaulted by a wild Karen back in 2017. So yeah, I think that this is a pretty funny story that you guys might want to be able to hear. And with that said, let's go on with the video. So today's story time takes place back in 2017, like I just said. I was laying down at home, most likely being, a fat ass playing on my PS4. And my mom comes in the room and asked me if I can go to the store to, get some stuff. And I was like, sure, mom, no problem. So I put on my clothes, I leave the house, and I'm walking to the store. Once I get to the store, this is where the story really kicks off. So I'm walking around the store just trying to get the stuff that my mom wanted me to get. And I'm nearly done getting a bunch of stuff from the store. I don't really remember exactly what were the few things I needed to get from the store. What I do remember is that the last two things that I needed to get was like milk or bread or just something like that. So anyways, I'm about to grab the bread. And in the middle of me literally grabbing the bread, I turn my head to my left and I see this large, thick-looking lady wearing a big red jacket and red high heels. And to make things worse, this Karen was wearing the very stereotypical Karen haircut. Now, I know some people are most likely going to say, oh, Jojo, are you making fun of this lady because she's fat? What's wrong with you? And I want to make this very, very clear for a minute. I do not condone the actions of people judging random people based on how they look and dress. I think that's one of the most shallow things a random person can do to someone else, either online or in the real world, especially if you don't even know that person, which, even then, I still don't think that you should still judge people based on how they look, even if you know them or not. Like, that's really a messed up thing to do. Like, seriously, don't do that. The only reason why I'm basically saying that this lady was fat is because it's actually an important detail to the story. So anyways, back to the story. So this large lady, who I'm just going to call Karen for this story, because why not? She's on the other side of the section of the store that I was in, walking towards my direction. As soon as I pick up the bread, I felt my phone vibrating in my pocket, and I checked to see what happened. While checking on my phone, this lady literally bumps into me. Like, I didn't walk up to her and bumped into her. No. She literally bumps into me with her fat arms, and she did it on purpose too. And do you want to know why I know that? It's because the way how each aisle is constructed in the store that I used to go to was that the length of each store was really wide in comparison to any other like general store that you would normally go to. I'll try and see if I can find a picture of, this particular section of the aisle. I'm not saying that this is the actual store that, I got this picture from. I'm only using this as a reference to show how big each aisle was in the store. So anyways, this lady bumps into me on purpose and has the gall to say, "Watch where you're going, worker. I can have your job on the spot for this." Now, that instantly threw me off for a couple of reasons. One, she literally bumped into me. I was standing completely still on one side of the aisle, looking downwards on my phone. She approached me, knowing that I'm standing completely still looking at my phone. I'm literally not trying to get in her way, but she still decides that the best course of action at that moment was to just randomly bump into me on purpose for no reason. Also, number two, did she really just assume that I was just a random worker inside the store, without even asking me if I was? And that's what I literally said to her. I'm like, lady, look, number one, I'm literally standing on one side of this section of the store minding my own business. The aisle is very wide, meaning you could have literally walked around me since you knew this whole time that I'm on this side of the aisle and you have plenty of room to simply walk around me. Also, did you just assume that I work here? I don't work here, lady. I'm shopping here just like you. This lady then says, don't lie to me. I know you work here. I see you here literally all the time. To which I say, one, I don't care if you see me in the store all the time or if you saw me before in this store, in any way, shape, or form. That has nothing to do with what's happening right now. And two, even if that was the case, what about me makes you think that I'm a worker at this store? She says, well, I don't know. Maybe it's how you dress. You dress like every other useless worker in this store. Now, first of all, it's extremely rude to basically say that every single worker in this store is considered useless based on how they dress during their own work hours. I already said pretty much earlier in the video that I don't condone people that judge random people based on how they dress. It's very shallow and you shouldn't do that. Second of all, to paint a picture of what I looked like in the store, I'm literally wearing a basic t-shirt, some shorts, socks. Like, I'm literally wearing just a normal outfit. in comparison to anybody else in the store. The other workers in the store were wearing like name branded t-shirts, some nice looking pants, if I do say so myself. They were also wearing their own name tags to show that, they're actual employees, which by the way was placed on their shirts. So anyway, I tell Karen, look, lady, I'm literally wearing some normal clothes in comparison to any other worker in this store. Every employee in this store is wearing their own like name branded t-shirts. They're wearing pants. They're wearing a literal name tag that shows the company name as well as their own name. So what makes you think that I actually work here? Oh, also, lady, you do know that it's a little bit messed up to basically say that every single employee in the store is considered useless because of the way that they dressed. It's kind of messed up, and maybe you shouldn't be saying stuff like that. To which Karen says, you know what? Whatever. If you want to lie about not working here, that's fine. I have better things to do. Move aside. So I say back to her, you know what, lady? Whatever. You're the one that's wasting my time. I'm walking away from you. I'm not going to deal with a useless pile of garbage like you. And as I'm about to walk away from this lady with my groceries, this lady proceeds to grab me by the arm, turn me around, and starts yelling. She goes, who the fuck do you think you are? How dare you walk away from me? Just wait until I get your manager, blah, 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 blah. And as I'm standing there, I tell this lady, please let go of my arm, and you're harassing a minor. Because keep in mind, during this time, I was about 15 to 16 years old, which means that Karen was basically harassing a minor, which could result in her getting arrested and charged for doing so. So anyways, I was able to break free from this woman's grip, and the moment I did so, this lady got extremely pissed off. So she goes, how fucking dare you? You assaulted me, you fucking idiot. I tell her, lady, I didn't do anything wrong in this particular situation. You're the one that basically assaulted me, you fucking Shrek. And she goes, what the fuck did you just call me? And she proceeds to try and punch me in the face with her huge, thick hands. And I don't know if this lady has never been in an actual fight before, or if she doesn't know how to actually throw a punch, because she misses very poorly. And because she wasn't able to stop the momentum of her punch, she instead punches the metal railing part where you would normally see all the food that's layered on top of each other, like in any regular store that you would go to. And after this, she screams out loud and says, ow, what the fuck? And her yelling out loud like that caught the attention of, I think, either the manager or the supervisor of the store. I wasn't really too sure. I still don't know to this day if it was either the manager or, the supervisor of the store. So the manager slash supervisor runs over to the aisle that I'm on and notices that there's a very fat lady pretty much, screaming in pain, and a random 15 to 16-year-old teenager standing completely still. And after seeing this, the manager slash supervisor said, okay, what's going on? And before I get the chance to say something, this lady proceeds to say, your worker just assaulted me. I want him fired, and I want you to call the police on him. And I want all of my groceries to be free. So the manager slash supervisor turned his head towards me, then back to the lady and said, ma'am, he doesn't work here. She suddenly says, oh my God, why does every worker in this store like to lie and make stuff up? He's obviously a worker, and I want you to fire him on the spot and make sure that all my groceries are free before I call the cops. So then the manager slash supervisor goes, lady, he doesn't work here. Clearly there's been a misunderstanding. Please calm down. Meanwhile, I tell the manager slash supervisor that if he wants to, he can check the cameras to see what happened. She basically put her hands on me because she bumped into me on purpose. And as soon as I say something in regards to, the manager checking the cameras to see what happened, Karen starts to look very nervous and worried because she knew that she got caught. Then she goes, you know what? Fuck you. And proceeds to walk away from both me and the manager slash supervisor, and yet basically proceeds to leave. And the manager slash supervisor says out loud, don't come back here. You're banned. So anyways, the manager walks up to me and asked me if I was all right. And I said, yeah, I'm fine. Nothing bad happened to me, thankfully. Do you mind if I keep on shopping though? And he goes, sure, no problem. Make sure you have a wonderful day. And I continue with my shopping because that's literally all it is that I wanted to do. I just wanted to continue shopping and mind my own business. But oh no, I guess I had to, encounter a wild Karen and almost literally get punched in the face for something that had nothing to do with me, but whatever. So yeah, pretty much afterwards, I came back home and I didn't tell my parents about the whole situation because it wasn't really that big of a deal looking back on it. Like, I didn't get hurt. Nobody else in the store got hurt. I mean, except Karen, so there's that. And that's pretty much the end of the story about how a wild Karen tried punching me in the face for literally no reason whatsoever. Moral of the story is don't do what Karen did. Don't randomly try to punch a minor for something that they didn't even do. And also, don't judge people based on how they look and dress. Because again, that's a very shallow thing that any person can do. And with that said, thank you guys so much for watching and listening to my very first Storytime video. Please leave a like below if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you want to continue listening to my really dumb voice every now and then. Please follow me on Instagram if you want to look at some really dumb and funny memes. This is JoJo, and I'm signing out. Peace.